Alrighty, welcome back. Gotta get started right away because I started stream way later than I wanted to. I thought that waking up at 11 a.m. would actually be early enough. Turns out it wasn't. Anyways, I only have like about 2 hours before I gotta go take care of family stuff, so yeah. Let's try to read through as much of this as we can. My body's tingling all over. What happened to me?
Wah! Wah! She's awake! She's awake! Look, Ash, the weird girl with even weirder iron armor finally woke up.
Ano-san, hey, what's going on, man? Thanks so much for the 39-month resub. Welcome back. At tier 2 even. Thanks so much for the continued support. Greatly appreciated. Hope you're doing well with the summer heat. Yeah, we're doing alright for now. It's just hot in my room, but that's only because I have 2 PCs on it, like basically all the time. Outside it's not so bad, but yeah, thanks so much for the continued support. Greatly appreciated. And yeah, Oberon's almost here. Some people thought he was going to be like today, but clearly that's not the case. So we'll just have to wait another week or so.
She's got to be an evil fairy. Can I kill her? Can I?
Habitrot, you're all right. Thank goodness. I was worried that huge lightning bolt might have burned Norwich to the ground.
Norwich? What the heck's Norwich? Is that the name of the forest you came from?
Huh? A beach? Where did Norwich go? Where's Senpai and Artoria? What's going on, Habitrot? What happened to Norwich?
I don't know any Norwich. And quit calling me that. That's not my name. I'm Totorot.
Kakarot.
Tamlin Totorot. And don't you forget it.
Huh? Totorot? You mean you aren't Habicat?
Habicat? I don't know what that is, but I love it. That's way better than Grimalkin's yapping. Ash, you gotta see this girl. She's amazing. I don't know what she's talking about, but everything she says is amazing. She's got to be a mage, just like you.
Coming, Totoro, and please stop just calling everything you've not seen before magecraft, would you? Hello there, nice to meet you. I'm Ash, and this is Totoro. Welcome to Britain, the Isle of Fairies. Would you be so kind as to tell us your name? It must be fate that brought us together here. We'd be happy to help you if you'd like. Thank you. My name's Mash Kirlight. Ash? Are you Ash the Savior? Oh, so you know about me. Okay. Are you from Londinium then? I'm sure I'd remember seeing a fairy as strong as you, though. These banners back to back are killer. Yeah, we went from Morgan kicking us off to Melusine, and then Koyanskaya, and then now Oberon. Yeah, this is like the final gauntlet, basically, that we were warning NA about, like as early as last year, basically. I'm sure I sensed an incredibly powerful spell similar to the Infinity Mirror out here on the East Coast. Oh, are you a northern fairy, perhaps? Did you mess up the teleportation and end up out here in the middle of nowhere?
A northern fairy? So she's one of Queen Maeve's people, even though she's so cute? That'd make her our enemy. Can I kill her, Ash?
Of course not. Please, Totoro, just be quiet for a moment. Why don't you come with us, Mash? We should leave before Moors begin showing up anyway. Come on. Our camp is over in those woods. It'll be much safer to talk there. Hey, Valeric, how's it going, man? And so we begin a new story, or rather, continue a previous one. When Mash rushed in to protect Tuhu and Artoria, she was snatched away by Morgan's water mirror. After a moment of darkness, she awoke to find herself on an unfamiliar beach, surrounded by blindingly thick fog and the crashing of waves. On the northern horizon, she could see a tree of emptiness stretching high into the clouds, as if it were holding up the very sky. The fairies only knew it as the World Tree, though. But what surprised her more than anything was, there's no wall here, no sign of the wall of light that used to cover all of Britain anywhere. In fact, there was nothing to be seen near Britain at all, nothing but an endless plain of white seawater. This is the Isle of Britain in the year 400 of the Fey era, approximately 2400 years in the past. And this is the story of Ash the Savior's final, fateful battle. Bot was only 6 minutes late this time. I mean, I don't have a lot of time to stream today, so doesn't really matter, but I'll try to get whatever I can done now. I can still hear the bell ringing, even though it's been half a day. Even though everyone smiled and praised me, whenever I close my eyes, I can feel that sound, like something grabbing my head from behind. It feels like this ringing may never go away. Another Briton from a world called Proper Human History. Another version of me, though one entirely unlike me. An imposing figure, neither mage nor fairy, but a child born to human and dragon. Artoria Pendragon. The ideal king who unified the lords of Britain, protected it from outside invaders, and built the towering white castle of Camelot. She was loved and trusted by all, and she shone brighter and more righteous than anyone else. With her 12 Knights of the Round Table, her many loyal cavalries, and her beep in hand, Excalibur probably, she laid the foundation for countless futures. She was truly a great woman. I've never seen her like. I don't want to see her. I don't want to be shown her. I can't handle it. I can't believe it. I can't accept it. After all, I'm the only one of my kind. I have nowhere to run. No one understands me. Romance is out of the question. There's no reward, no finish line, no rest. I can't make so much as a single mistake. So many things I'll never have. How cruel would I be? How cruel would I have to be? Would I have to be for everyone to accept a king like me with a smile? Oh, it's morning. I guess we must have covered a lot of ground overnight. I had the craziest dream. It must be because I rang one of the bells of pilgrimage. That life is no joke. We almost made it back to Londinium overnight. Good thing we didn't run into any trouble, huh? I see. So you used the cover at night to get to Norwich without drawing attention. And for the return trip, we were lucky enough to get a horse-drawn carriage. The Queen might technically prohibit animals from being used for manual labor, but there's no real penalty for doing so. Right now, only the clan heads have horse-drawn carriages, but who knows? Eventually, everyone might start using them. I guess this is how trends get started. All that said, I wonder why the Queen banned horse-drawn carriages in the first place. Does she just love horses?
That's part of it, but it's mostly another way to keep fairies in line. If horse-drawn carriages became commonplace, fairy horses would stop being born. Fairies are both cruel and innocent, you know?
Oh, just like humans.
As soon as something like that becomes popular, we stop seeking out anything else. I mean, it's been 2019 years since we started seriously copying human culture, right? The fact that horses like Regibit and Percival's dear Kundry are still alive and well is proof of Morgan's consideration.
Ah, now I see. So there's work involved in maintaining mystics. So Morgan is fine with imitating human society, but she won't allow any cultural imitations that would risk eliminating entire swaths of fairy ecology. Gotta say, that's pretty smart of her. Guess she's more than just a cruel queen out to squeeze her citizens for everything they have. Oh, don't be ridiculous. Morgan's a horrible queen. A tiny kindness does not a good person make. That's just what she wants you to think. Oberon? Remember the fairies you all met in my domain, the Welsh woods? It's the one place in Britain with autumn leaves. The fairies who fled there are all weak. They all ran away to escape cruel mistreatment. They have nowhere else to go in the whole of Britain. They were persecuted, ostracized, and accused of spreading poison just by existing. You see, they all look like insects, so they lost their homes because of Morgan's hatred of bugs. And their low intelligence and innocent nature forever prevented them from taking part in Fairy Britain's imitation of human society. My woods are where fairies like that come together until they inevitably die.
That's right. Under the Queen's rule, Fairy Britain has no place for the weak. She only cares about the land itself, not the fairies who live on it.
Yep, but just because Morgan thinks they're worthless doesn't mean they actually are, of course. That forest is home to those with nowhere else to go. Those who have been forgotten and left to die, having never known anything else but ire and antipathy. And it was into the heart of that forest that I was summoned. Hey, next, welcome back. Wow, is this allowed on stream? Of course, Fairy Britain doesn't tolerate any interference from proper human history, so I was summoned in a very fragile state. I could hardly move, so all I could do was lie there and sleep. I think if I'd been the only one there, I probably would have just disappeared again. I know I said I only had a cloak on me when I first came here, but that's actually not true. I had nothing at all. I was a little cold, even. Yeah, sussy Oberon. But I wasn't at all scared or lonely. Unintelligible language. Insect language. They weren't able to touch me, but they did make a perfect circle around me as they waited excitedly for me to wake up. You know how just knowing someone is cheering for you can give you the strength to go on? There you go. Their voices helped me secure my consciousness and eventually stabilize my spirit origin and wake up. You could say that one of the reasons I'm so overly invested in Britain's welfare is their kindness. Who says they're worthless or incapable of doing anything? They might be powerless, but they were the only ones who cared for me. So of course I have to do everything I can to pay them back. That's why I care so much about taking Morgan down. Really, I'm a lot like you two. I might only be the king of the weak and powerless, but that doesn't mean I'm going to hold anything back. Even if I'm never able to save even one fairy, I'm still going to do whatever I can to the best of my ability. No? I guess I never did tell you, did I? I was summoned to this land a few months before you and your team showed up. It was right around the time Barrow first arrived here, actually. Proper human history must have sensed his intervention didn't bode well. I have a message for you from Captain Calwester. The enemy has already made camp on the north side of Londinium, but you should have no trouble getting in from the south. Understood. Thank you, soldier. We'll continue bringing the Child of Prophecy back to Londinium, just as we planned. Giga Chad. Tell Calwis to hold his ground for now. It's still too early for an all-out war between our forces. Yes, sir. Well, just as we expected, the Queen's army has begun to march on Londinium. She's dispatched Woodrose and his army from up at Oxford. That was quick. Yeah, you can't usually mobilize a whole damn army at a drop of a hat. It's been a day since Aurora rang the bell. The Queen must have really ridden them hard to get them moving so fast. Woodrose's army is made up of entirely Fang Clan fairies. They don't typically need weapons or bother with them, so they can move quickly when they need to. Or when they have to. They're matchless on the battlefield, but they're not so great at occupying territory or laying siege. So if that's who Morgan sent to Londinium, they shouldn't be much of a threat. We should be able to wear them down by fortifying our defenses, and taking out Woodrose once he inevitably loses patience and takes the field himself. What is it, Gareth? I'm sorry. It's just, you seem so different just now. Did I? I thought I was just being myself. Was I, more confident or something? As you should be. Remember, you've rung one of the bells of pilgrimage now. Wherever you go, you're going to attract a lot of fairies who are fed up with the Queen's regime. So hold your head high. Besides, you really have gotten stronger, right? Yep. In terms of magical energy, I'd say she's about equal to Morgan's little finger now. I had no idea the Bells of Pilgrimage could do that. No wonder the clan heads weren't so quick to give you permission. And we still have five more to go. Wait, hang on. There's the Wind Clan. There's the Wind Clans in Salisbury, the Wing Clans in Gloucester, the Earth Clans in Norwich, and the Fang Clans in Oxford. That's only 4 Bells. What about the Mirror Clans and the King Clans? Oh, don't you worry about that. I'm still not sure about the Mirror Clans Bell, but I do know about the other one. The 5th Bell is at the very edge of Britain, at the root of the World Tree's remnants. It's in the ruins of Orkney, the now forbidden city at the ends of the world that was destroyed long ago. Okay, hold up. I know the bells are important, but right now we need to focus on Londinium. Woodrose's army is practically on your doorstep now, right, Percival? Are you sure it's safe for us to go back? Yes, and I also think we should do just that, actually. Giga Chad. Artoria is right. The Fang clan is poorly suited to siege warfare. If all we need to do is defend Londinium's walls, we can hold out for 10 days even with the forces we have. That should give us plenty of time to come up with a plan. Woodrose's army is camped out on the plains about 2 kilometers north of Londinium. They don't have the numbers to properly encircle us, too. Woodrose's only hope for victory will be to break through our main gate and take over our city from the inside. Giga Chad. Which is why... Right. The greatest advantage we have is our ability to retreat into a stronghold whenever we need to. Even as we're headed back to Londinium. I'm having the troops we sent out to help free Norwich split up into 2 squadrons and move out to Londinium's east and west sides. Part of the job is to deter Woodrose from launching an all-out assault, since doing so would leave his forces vulnerable to an attack from behind. But if those squadrons get the chance, they'll also attack Woodrose's isolated troops, thereby reducing their overall numbers. We may not be able to beat them in a straight fight, but in a siege like this, we're pretty evenly matched, actually. Giga Chad. So we'll just have to slowly tip the battle in our favor as it drags on. Fortunately, we also have the Count in Norwich helping us now, so we should be good on supplies. Okay, but while Londinium might not be completely encircled, it's still mostly surrounded, right? Is there some sort of secret entrance or underground path inside or something? No, I'm afraid Londinium has nothing like that. Giga Chad. Or at least if it does, we haven't been able to find it yet. Then, does that mean we're about to... That's right, we're going to look for a weak spot in Woodrose's line and charge right through. This is great. It'll be the perfect opportunity to see what our new and improved Artoria can do. Hehehehe. Hehehehe. You got enough sleep too? No, I only got like a little less than 5 hours. So, the answer is no, but I'll hang in there.
展開しましょう。いかほどあくまで華麗に。それは絶えず見た滅びの最果てにありながら取り回すロードツキャメラ。
That's 5 hours more than me. Should get some sleep then, eh? Hey Angels, welcome back. How's it going? Nice, good crit. Scales of fantasy. Hell yes. Enjoying the story for so far? Yeah, it's cool. It's pretty cool. Do you know when Oberon's gonna show up in Banner? Everybody's asking about that, huh? I'll be answering that question for the next week. Probably next week. If he's not today, then probably next week. Ugh. Yeah, damn it. It's no use. We can't stop them on our own. It's not just Percival either. All the human soldiers are moving weirdly fast. Is it a child of prophecy doing this? It's just like what High Queen Morgan does. We did it. We punched their defenses. Everyone, make for Londinium. Giga Chad. Glad to inform you I threw one ticket into Coin Sky as banner, got MP2. Hey, congrats, man. Insta ticket, Coin Sky. Love to hear it. We're out of here as soon as the east gate is open. I'll bring up the rear. Don't worry, nobody's getting past me. Tuhu, I want you to stay with the Child of Prophecy. Giga Chad. That's what I like to hear. See you in Londinium. Well, yes, I sure hope we get to see you again, Percival. Oh, he's back. It took a few small skirmishes to get here, but we made it back nearly unscathed. Giga Chad. I'd say we won the battle today. Great work, everyone. That's an understatement. I took a look at the walls earlier, and it looks like they're embedded with mystic codes. It reminded me of Mash's armor. Gosh, I love armor. It makes you look so knightly. Maybe I should get some for myself. Then again, maybe it's still too soon for me. Besides, I don't even know where I'd go get some anyway. I gotta say, they still have the advantage of numbers, and the longer this battle drags on, the more likely they are to get reinforcements from Camelot. We can't just lurk in our hidey hole forever. We need to be looking for chances and take the fight to them. That can wait until we have more soldiers of our own to work with, like the ones the Count was sending along with the supplies. By this time tomorrow, we should have a good number of rebels from Norwich here to help us. That's when we'll strike at Woodrose's headquarters. We can settle this all at once while our enemy's guard is down. Yes, that's the idea, which is all the more reason for us to rest and recuperate now. Giga Chad. Go ahead and turn in for the night if you like, everyone. Our soldiers will stand watch. What kind of voice did I give them, Steven? I think it was, say that again, Barrel Gut. I don't think I heard you right. Did you really just forbid me from going into battle? You want me to refrain from attacking Londinium directly? High Queen Morgan would never say anything like that. Don't you lie to me, you filthy human. You think just because the High Queen's taken a liking to you, you can dishonor me and my army? Actually, didn't I give him the pompous, like the high class voice? Yeah, I remember giving him that kind of voice. Gotta go. All right, Gomgo. Thanks for hanging out a little bit. We'll see you next week, or we'll see you next time.
Wow, easy there, Woodrose. I'm not so big on this plan either, okay? If you ask me, this is a great opportunity to demolish that castle while we have all the rebels in one place. I mean, this is obviously a terrible move, right? I can't blame you for having issues with it. So how about it, buddy? Why don't you tell me what you really think of the High Queen? I'd be more than happy to pass it along to her when I get back to Camelot.
Oh, I think that's a great idea. I'd love to hear Mother's reaction to that. Go on, Furball, bark for us. If you got something to say to Mother, let's hear it. Hey, is it true Aurora played you like a fiddle in your own restaurant while shit was going down in Norwich? No wonder Mother's so sick of you. Can't blame her for forbidding you to fight until you shape up. You know, you're the only one who's ever made her cross like that. Who knows what you'll get up to without some oversight. Don't you talk to me like that, you little... Lord Woodrose, you have every right to be upset, but please, try to control your stuff. I know. I'm well aware. I won't repeat Bogart's mistake. If that is the High Queen's command, then I am, of course, happy to comply. The Fang clan has always been High Queen Morgan's loyal retainers. We're nothing like the Earth clan, always dancing to Spriggan's tune. Very well then, if they want to hide in their castle, I can play along a while. I'm delighted that Her Majesty has entrusted me with eradicating both the Child of Prophecy and the Round Table army. Of course, I have no objections. But, that being said, should the Round Table army attack us, all bets are off. I trust you understand that if that happens, we will have to meet them in the field.
You bet, buddy. Believe me, that's what I'd prefer too. But I can't lend you Tristan, okay? She's my personal bodyguard. If things start getting serious, I'll be counting on you guys to massacre the Round Table army by yourselves. But hey, you can pull that off, right? You might be getting old, but you're still the head of the Fang clan.
Don't be ridiculous. I don't even need to go after them myself. My elite soldiers will be more than enough. Neither the Child of Prophecy nor the Foreign Mage pose any real threat. The only problem is that cheeky brat Percival, who managed to put up a good fight against Lancelot. Still, this is a battle, not a duel. Even if he happened to be the last one standing, what good would it do him? If we kill everyone else inside that castle, I'm sure he'll simply surrender. Why is Beryl good and Tristan looking concerned? Isn't that what they'd like too? Wow, that was just pathetic. When did Woodrose become such a wuss? It's like he doesn't even want to fight himself. Maybe that's why Mother forbade him from going into battle, because he would actually die if he did.
I'll say, that was ridiculous. I haven't had the shakes that bad since Marisbury recruiting me for Chaldea. There's going soft in your old age, and then there's this. Come the hell on, Woodrose.
Hey, Nenishi, thanks so much for the raid. Hope you had a good stream today. Welcome everybody from Nenishi's stream. Hope you enjoyed their stream today. I would like to give you guys a warning right now, or a quick PSA. I am reading through a little bit of, let's see, Lost Belt 6. Today's not going to be a long stream. I'm probably going to be streaming for like 2 hours total before I have to go take care of some IRL stuff. But we're reading through like Lost Belt 6 Part 2. So yeah, if you guys have not read through Lost Belt 6 yet, or if you guys are, but you want to do it yourself and you're not up to Part 2 yet for whatever reason, yeah. And if you don't want to be spoiled, more importantly, now is not the greatest time because I just started Lost Belt 6 Part 2 a couple days ago. We're on, Chapter 13, so we're well within spoiler territory. So, yeah, just a fair warning to you all. But yeah, thanks so much for the raid. Welcome, everybody, from Nenishi's stream, like I said. And, yeah. Hope you guys are chilling. I hope everybody's had a good start to their week, hopefully. Gonna go grab some food and stuff. So enjoy. Hey, thanks for the raid. And yeah. Well noted. Okay. Also, I will also be reading with terrible voice acting, so in case my shitty voices are kind of grating on the ears, and you need to leave, I completely understand. Let's see. Hey, we did what Mother asked us to, right? Let's just get out of here. I know. Why don't we stop by Gloucester? Gloucester's great. I bet it beats anything you had in your world, too. We can go to the Count's restaurant together, and after that we can try, robbing a bank. Maybe some other time when I got nothing better to do. Huh, what, so you're busy now? I'm not. I'm bored out of my skull.
Well, it's just that something's nagging at me about Morgan's orders. Do not let Woodrose fight, huh? You know, depending on how you look at it, that could mean the exact opposite.
Huh? Opposite how?
Let's just stick around for a little longer, Lady Spinel, however you say that. If everything works out like I think it might, we should be in for a pretty spectacular show.
Alright, I know we have this. Let's see here. Who is the chef? Super Reindeer Man? Okay. Where is my demonic sun princess? There it is. Aerial drive. Tichiba's got K-scope. Yeah, this should do it. Briefly switch over to Arctic Mystic Code. Yeah, going with this. Short stream today? Yeah, Mustang. Just a short stream. Can't be around too long. Gotta take care of some IRL stuff.
ふさわしい敵であれば容赦なく簡単にシャラララ願いましてろよしよしシロンは偉いね面よいい判断です慈悲神戸を垂れよ恐怖は希望もなく何人通るにあたわずあまり悩ませない楽しくなるでしょこの謎をお解き遊ばせもっとお目が高いこの唐室の底に秘された大火さは汝を測り見定める戒めとなる水泳に踏まずはーいへいよいしょおいでみんなよしよしシロンは偉いねめちゃくあやっちゃうねシロお願いよいしょっと私の中の女神たち力を使っておくたてしておきませどうぞまたごひいきに
Another free scale of fantasy. Yay. That was exhausting. Good thing we were able to drive off Woodwell's soldiers before they got in through the western gate. I swear, the nerve of those Fane Clan fairies. I can't believe they tried to pass themselves off as a food delivery. And what's worse, the guards almost bought it. Still, I'm impressed you saw through them, Gareth. None of the other fairies guarding the ramparts were any wiser. I guess it's because I've always had good hearing. I can just kind of tell where there's danger afoot. Anyway, now that we fended off this sneak attack, let's go back to the war room. The reinforcements from Norwich should be here any time now. What do you mean Norwich isn't sending any reinforcements? Are you telling me that not a single soldier or blacksmith is willing to join the Round Table army? Giga Chad. At least not right now, sir. The Count is doing his best to convince them. The fairies in Norwich are grateful to the Child of Prophecy, but they say they just can't afford to get drawn into another battle right now. I see. So what they mean is the people of Norwich only care about Norwich and don't give a damn about what happens elsewhere. Even though Aurora, the Child of Prophecy, made the brave decision to save Britain and ring a bell of pilgrimage, and even though she's already saved Norwich twice now, they still can't be bothered to fight the Queen's army themselves. It's not like that, sir. We're still willing to fight. It's just, well, we just don't see the point in fighting a battle we can't hope to win. Yep, that tracks. The whole thing about the Child of Prophecy drawing in fairies from around the world to her cause sounded nice, but it was a crock from the start. We've got to remember that these fairies have been living in fear of the Queen for 2,000 years. You can't get over something like that overnight. And don't forget about the Tamlin. Gonna take a lot more than ringing one bell to get all those fairies on our side. I thought I'd laid the groundwork for those fairies to stand up to the Queen's regime as long as they had an opportunity. I guess rumors alone can only do so much. I can't believe this. We worked so hard to save Norwich, but now that we're gone, it's like they forgot all about us. I understand. Well, of course the fairies of Norwich won't feel comfortable joining the Round Table army without a clear assurance of our chances of victory. Please, don't give it another thought. Could you just give the Count a message for us? Tell him that we'll do our best to figure something out on our own, and we'd appreciate any continued assistance he can provide with supplies. Yes, of course. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be on my way. I'm surprised you're not disappointed, Artoria. I figured this would hit you the hardest. Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm upset for sure. I've just always been quick to get over disappointment. For the time being, let's just focus on what we can do now, like when Oberon ran around in just his cloak. Point of order. When I said I had literally nothing to, when I said I had nothing to my name, I was being metaphorical. I wasn't literally streaking around Britain. Oberon the Streaker. Right, maybe ringing the second bell will motivate the fairies to get off the sidelines. Excuse me, Sir Percival, Lord Oberon. I have an urgent message from our allies in Gloucester. It says the Queen's army is advancing on the Welsh woods. Tamlin Gawain is leading an order of knights who report directly to the Queen. We can't stop them ourselves, and we can't be sure how long the Welsh woods will be safe. Please send aid ASAP. I'm sorry, but I have to go. I'm sure you can handle things here, Percival. You're right. I might be able to get there in time on my own, but even if I did, there's nothing I can do. Will you help me, Tuhu, Artoria? I'm going to help the fairies of the Welsh woods however I can. They have nothing to do with this. I should be the one to suffer the Queen's wrath. What is that moth thing? XDD, XDD-ing, or XDX? XDX. Oh, Bobo. Right, you're right. So much has happened that I forgot all about that, actually. Percival, would you ask the fairy horses to help us? I'm afraid Regebit alone won't be enough. I can fly there myself, but we'll need 4 of them to pull the carriage at max speed for 5 passengers. Tuhu, Artoria, Muramasa, Gareth, and Da Vinci. I'll make the arrangements right away. Giga Chad. But it won't only be 5 passengers. Kundry and I are going too.
So I'm gonna stay behind, huh? Oh well, I get it. I'm not much of a flyer. And I know you need to keep the carriage as light as possible.
Don't worry, we'll be back in no time. I forgot to give Gareth the Southern Dixie accent.
Don't worry, we'll be back in no time. Just be careful while we're away, Happy Cat. Right back at you. You're going up against a Tamlin, right? Fairies who have had their true names changed are really tough. Do you have a plan on how to handle her?
Of course. In fact, I've been waiting for an opportunity like this. I'm not going to let Gawain push us around any longer.
Now that's the child of prophecy talking. Okay, I just have one piece of advice. Humiliate her. Find a way, whatever it takes. That'll give you a chance to uncover more about her gift and name. The whole Tamlin thing is just a big act. If you can get them to disavow their knight selves, you can win.
Thanks for worrying, and thanks for cheering us on, Habitrot. See you later. Persachad AF.
Persachad.
We are speed. Wait a minute. This is only one wave, so I could actually brought something else here.
キャメ生きている者がいれば私の社に愛玩の檻にて
There, I can see the Welsh woods now. Oh no, they're burning. It's okay. I'm sure everyone found a good place to hide. Let's split up. One team take out the enemies. The other put out the fire. Artoria, Da Vinci, too. You come with me. All right, we'll take the other side. Percival, Garrett, let's go. Are you the only one who changes Morgan's super scope to black gray when node is only 1-2 turn? I mean, that's what you should do, yeah. I just keep forgetting to switch her K scope to something else. So. You heard the High Queen's orders. Use fire. Burn these rotten, filthy woods to the ground. Let this be a warning to the foul scoundrel calling himself the Fairy King. There's the Fairy King. Capture him. We must bring him before Her Majesty. Is that the child of prophecy with him? But her magical energy wasn't anywhere near that vicious when I saw her in Camelot. You. Is it? She's gonna smack somebody in the fucking head. Artoria? Right. This must be what happened in Tentacle. Come on, Tuhu. We need to go after Artoria. She's not herself right now. She'll die here if we don't do something. Oh, they're forced. Because I can't change them like I can with my Koenskaya. Or support Koenskaya, I should say. God. Let's see, 50, 20, at level 9, Castorius' charge should only be 28%. So is there 20% battery, so 28, 18, 46? Yeah, 46. At least I think it's 46. 46 plus 10, 56. Okay, yeah, that should be more than enough. Who was I bond farm for? Oh yeah, that's right. This dude. Let's see. Actually, technically, she doesn't have a Buster buff, so we'll bring Annie Blonde. You can swap their position. I tried doing that, Tepic, but the game wouldn't let me. Like, I could switch around my support Koenskaya's position just fine, but for some reason when I tried holding and moving DVR's and Castoria's positions, they wouldn't budge. Look at the buffs that Castoria has.
何を喜んでいるのです。私が出たのです。
Where are you going? Don't you dare run from me. You think you can just kill everyone here and leave? Well, I won't let you. I swear it. Let go of me. They're gonna get away. I have to make them pay for... I'm sorry. I was just so blinded by anger that I just... Do we just smack her real quick? Okay. Then maybe there's some up in the trees like there were before. It's no use. You're a half a day too late. We killed the last of them hours ago. All that's left is to burn the woods. This is what came of your ringing that. This is what came of your ringing that bell, child of prophecy. Two break bars. Okay, three lives. Battle ends. Oh, okay. One. We just need to break her first bar. Tamlin Gawain, what are you even doing here anyway? You're supposed to be fighting Woodwoes right now. Did you leave Londinium undefended just to come here? I can't understand it. Nothing you do makes sense. The weak are meant to obey the strong. As long as they do that, they will one day get to enjoy the strong's remains. If they can't understand that, then the strong have no obligation to protect them. Child of prophecy, foreign mage, if you are prepared, I am willing to accept your surrender. My only mission today was to cleanse Wales. I don't have orders to eliminate you. But if you insist on fighting, I will burn you along with these woods. Don't worry, I have a perfect anti-Gawain countermeasure in mind. We can stop her from sucking up magical energy with a decoy. That said, I only have 3 of them, so they won't last long. We'll need to hit her fast and hard to... Sounds like a plan. Ow. At the end of turn 3, Muramasa will show up to deactivate foul weather buff. How much is the foul weather resistance at? Is it like a bullshit amount where she just takes literally 0 damage? There we go. It is alright. It's like 80%. Okay, yeah. In that case, there's not really much of a reason to go all out on her here. Let's see, what was Barghest again? Barghest actually doesn't have a lot of she actually doesn't have a lot of traits, funnily enough. Like traits that we can abuse anyway. So this might legitimately be like just throw a single target archer at her and just fucking blast her. Problem is, I don't even have a quote unquote proper single target archer. So At least not a buster one anyway. Okay. Let's see if this works.
決めたよ。お前は我が城の影に溶けるしかなかろう。
Right. Gawain's damage is classified as a, what is it? As a berserker, so... Let's do this for the time being. Hopefully she doesn't have Invul Pierce. Also, is Tristan, like, legit taller than, Barghest? That's actually rather surprising. Or is it just because... No, I think it's only because Tristan is on, like, really freaking high heels or something. Or, like, whatever that's supposed to be. Yeah, I was about to say, like, is Tristan really that tall? Usually, in most fan arts, they don't depict her being that tall. Like, usually Barghest is easily the shortest out of everybody. Oh, lovely. She even has buff removal. Cool. At least the evade hit it, blocked one shot of it, at least. Which one was her evade skill again? Oh, it's a quick card, okay. Let's do that then, I guess. Makos, thanks so much for the 35-month resub. Welcome back. Lovely. Nice crit there, my good sir. So we get to do that all over again. Is the 5-star selection thingy limited? No, it shouldn't be. It should be a permanent thing. At least from what I remember. Perfect time, Muramasa? Yeah. Fucking slow ass bitch. Because I believe the free 5-star thingy that we have now, it's the thingy that JP talked about where it's like now like FGO, anybody who starts FGO now can start with whatever 5-star that they want out of the ones that are eligible anyway. Actually, I should have done the Scotty break chain there. Let's see if Barghest crits another time. Yeah, that time she went for my support Scotty and not my Tristan. What's the deal with that? Was the ticket thing last year? The first SSR we got, that was limited, yes. This one is not.
弱い弱い
When does Oberon release? Next week. Definitely not tonight. It was either going to be last night or later. So if it's not tonight, then don't worry about it until next week. Hey, that was a good one. You're doing great, Artoria. Huh? What? That? I just had a hunch the little lady there could use some help, and I couldn't stand back and I couldn't just stand back and do nothing. You impudent little protecting the mage with your trinkets. Huh? Did you think we were just gonna roll over and let you walk all over us? Well, think again, you gluttonous pig. You dare mock me like that? You're damn right I do. You're a pathetic excuse for a Tamlin. You don't care about protecting fairies at all. You're just a mindless dog following the queen's every order. You have no right to use the name of a knight of the you have no right to use the name of a knight of the Round Table. Sure, Sir Gawain could be overly serious, a bit of a teacher's pet, and sometimes he put on a little too much trust into his king. But it was never just an unthinking beast who just blindly accepted whatever his king told him, like you. For that matter, I know you're not really Gawain. Your true name was written on Ector's receipt. Now you listen to me, and you listen to me good. Your true name is Barghest. Barghest, the Black Dog Duchess, and the Devourer of Thunderclouds. Now forget about the Queen's gift and stop pretending to be a knight already. How does she know this? Yeah, who the fuck is Ector? Have we heard of who Ector is? And this is where we change her name to Barghest now officially. Yeah, like who the fuck Ector? Barghest. That's the name of a black dog fairy from English legend. It's supposed to have a glowing horn and fiery eyes, and it's also said to be an omen of imminent disaster. That's right. That is apparently what I am in your proper human history. Thank you for reminding me of that loathsome fat girl. You've helped me cool my head. But this changes nothing, you weaklings. Even with my true name revealed, I remain unchanged. I am a creature of the night, as far as I'm concerned. Sir Gawain's morning light and numeral of the saint, which take effect in daytime, have only ever held me back. I may be a fairy-eating beast, and I may have lost my gifted name, but I am still a knight. My horn remains as devoted to the High Queen as ever, and I shall prove that by ending your lives with it here and now. Huh? Hang on, I thought uncovering Baggy's gifted name was all we had to do to win. So why is she even stronger now than she was before? Habicat scammed you. Oh, cool. Bao's playing Star Rail for the first time now. Well, she did a sponsor stream from, like, before, but... Too bad I can't watch Bao's stream, because I gotta go fucking spend time with my oh-so-lovely family. Fuck them. Oh, now you're timid? You just live your whole life flying by the seat of your pants, don't you? No, I can understand how Artoria feels. I can't even measure Barghest's magical energy anymore. I don't get it either. Revealing her true name was supposed to remove the changes to her spirit origin and make her weaker. But instead, it's almost as if she... It doesn't matter. Retreat is not an option. We're going to defeat Barghest here and now. We have to take down at least one of the Tamlin, or we'll never stir the anti-Morgan fairies out there into action. And besides, it may not have lasted long, but I'm still a fairy king Oberon, Lord of Wales. So please, lend me your aid, Artoria too. Let's show this dog who trampled all over these woods exactly what weaklings like us can really do. Special. Okay, she has both special resist up and special resist down. So I assume she what is it? I assume she can it cancels it out from each other. Can we move these guys? Nope, we cannot. Cool. Nice. Ouch. Cool. Can't move who is it? Can't move either of the force supports. Also, where did all the Castorias go? Why do I see no Castorias on our support list? Why is it only Scotty and Merlin and like a couple waivers down here? Where the fuck did all the Castorias go? Did everybody move her to all slot? Oh no, I can't use Castoria here, right? Yeah, I just realized I can't use her because she's already here, and the game won't let you take a copy of her. It's not that they're not showing. It's not that nobody has her up. It's that the game's not even displaying them at the moment. Fair enough. Then we'll just bring our good old buddy Waver. Our homie Waver. It's time to get overworked yet again. Alright, done. Let's see here. What do we want to how do we want to do this? I guess I'll be bringing my Chloe here. I guess I'll be bringing my Chloe here. Though to be fair, this is gonna be kind of tough to pull off, because Barghest has like what 361,000 HP. If we didn't have to deal with force supports, then it'd be a little easier. But for this, I believe what I'm gonna have to do is, I think I have no choice but to bring what is it, Heaven's Feel or Black Grail. So I'm gonna bring BG. Aim at that. Well, Flocka, thanks so much for the 38-month resub. Welcome back. Thanks so much for the continued support. Greatly appreciated. And then for our backups, we'll bring everybody else. Just in case we need backups. Our first voiced Oberon clip. Okay, let's see here. Actually, Oberon's first skill would have been really nice here, but we'll save that for later, I suppose. And unfortunately, we don't have any Chloe cards here, which would have been really fucking nice to have. We can't stun Barghest here now, can we? Or can we? She shouldn't have any debuff, or she shouldn't have any debuff immunity here, right? So let's try it. Let's see, pop plug suit buff here. Let's go for max damage. Yeah, it didn't kill. So, that's unfortunate.
ちろんそう負けないぞ。
Let's see if Chloe crits this, maybe she'll be able to break the first bar. Nope. Nope.
こうしてほしいんでしょう。白兵戦行きます。望まれることを望まれたように。あれはいつ
Hey, Alternate Asha, welcome back.
どれほど遠く
That's reading some hi to in chat. Yeah, unfortunately I can't be streamed for too long today. As a matter of fact, I'll probably be leaving in like 45 minutes. So yeah, I'll try to do another audiobook stream later. God damn, Chloe just cannot crit right now, can she? Ugh. And only now she gets her fucking brave chain. Cool. I know, I'm sure she had her brave chain available earlier, but it wasn't on turn 1, so that kind of fucked us. Ugh, fucking shitty ass cards to begin with, huh? Overcharge doesn't really matter on Chloe here, so whatever. I guess we'll just go for a waiver chain, I guess. Oh, she at least charged Waivers' MP a second time here.
そんなに見たいの？としておき
Though we did lose all our buffs, so this will not kill either way. Hey Runkus, how's it going?
山を抜きなお落ちることなきその両翼確約3年話にならんの。ショータイムね。ほら、もうおしまい。これがあなたの慣れの果て。敵陣メールノート。弱い。
犠牲が少なければそれでも勝利。
Ooh, 3 scales of fantasy.
「暑さ対策はきちんとされ」
Ugh. Burning down forests, slaughtering helpless fairies. Is this how your queen treats any who defy her? Giga Chad. None of you have any right to call yourselves knights. Not one of you. Ha! Huh, wow, you just skewered 2 of them at once. Impressive. Now I see why they say you've reached the limit of human ability. That's it. This isn't like you. What happened to your usual calm? Aren't you supposed to be as big of a heart as you are of body, to be both incomparably tough and consistently logical? You're right. I'm a commander. I need to be as calm and collected as I look. Giga Chad. Thank you for snapping me out of my rage, Marmasa. I don't see any more of the Queen soldiers here. Gareth and I should be able to handle the search for survivors, so why don't you go help Artoria? You've been worried about her all this time, right? It's written all over your face. Huh, is it? Well, you know, she has a tendency to let her feelings get the best of her sometimes, right? And while Tu's got a good handle on her feelings now, she's still just a kid. Someone's got to make sure those two don't get into any trouble. Might as well be an old man like me. Come on now. Come now, you don't look anything like an old man. Anyway, thank you for watching out for them. Sure thing. You can be pretty perceptive sometimes, huh? There's no one here, Percival. No fairies from the forest, no soldiers of the Queen's army. They're all gone. So it would seem. Damn it. We were too late to stop them. Giga Chad. Come on. Let's head circle west, the fuck, toward where Artoria's group was headed. Maybe we'll find some survivors along the way. I can't come this far without saving at least one person. I just can't. Percival? Huh? Ah! Look out! There's someone behind you! Behind me? I don't see anyone. And I don't sense... There really was someone there! How did you see them, Gareth? That's amazing! I didn't see them... I didn't see them exactly. I just saw that you would be in trouble. No, wait, there's something unnatural over there. It's a mirror. They're hiding behind a mirror reflecting the surroundings. They just ran off into those trees. They're trying to escape. Get him, Percival. Leave it to me. Giga Chad. I can't believe you destroyed my mirror camouflage. In all my years as an assassin knight, I, Portune, have never made such a careless mistake. But then I've not worked in 200 years. I didn't fail. I'm just a bit rusty. Copium. Still, I cannot believe a fairy saw through my camouflage like that. I had better kill you, girl. I can't have you getting so lucky twice. Oh, no, you don't. You coward. Help me out here, Gareth. I need you to be my eyes. Tell me where he is. You got it. I'll do my very best. Okay. So I have to use Gareth's attack first if I want Percival to do damage too, huh? Ugh, that means basically no Percival Brave Chains then, pretty much. So that's gonna fucking blow. I think that means that whenever we have a turn where Gareth doesn't have an extra Brave Chain, I have to rely on Percival's cards then, huh? At least that's what it feels like. So, for example, during a turn like this. Let's see. Actually, now that I think about it, for Garrett to do more damage, I should have used Garrett's taunt together with her charge skill, actually. So that way she'd get a couple of attack buffs going into using her NP. So that was kind of a misplay on my part. Find it funny how characters in story have subtitles when you pick their cards while the rest of the game doesn't offer this feature? I thought it did. Maybe not then? Good crits. Thought you died for a second there. Yeah, 47 HP. Another scale of fantasy. Oh, excuse me. Okay. What was I thinking? The way things are going, my defeat is all but guaranteed. Damn it. Of all the luck, why did I have to run into the one fairy in the world who can see me? He's getting away, Percival, but at least it looks like he can't turn invisible anymore. He's a real pain, all right. We should take him out now before... I can't believe my eyes. What's a proud knight doing in a penal colony like this? Aren't you supposed to be in Londinium right now? No wonder Her Majesty doesn't see the Round Table Army as a threat. You just entirely lack the mindset necessary for victory. You really are pathetically naive, Percival. You're... Lancelot, the strongest Tamlin in Britain. Okay, last two ones don't have any fights in them. There, how do you like that, huh? It's been a long time coming. Don't you talk down to me, weakling. You would have never won without Oberon, Muramasa, and the foreign mage, to whose help. I know, but still. Barghest, you might have one knee on the ground, but I can tell you still have strength to spare. We could keep fighting if you like, but do you really want to continue until we're all dead, you included? I've talked to you a few times now. Obviously, that doesn't give me a complete understanding of who you are. But I know you well enough now to know that you're willing to listen to anyone you see as strong, which is why I want to talk to you about something now. Roundabout way of saying that you're strong, huh? You're an awfully chatty servant, aren't you? Very well. What do you have to say? Chaldea does not consider Britain our enemy. We have no intention of attacking it. Now that its tree of emptiness is gone, it's only a matter of time until it disappears anyway. But until it does, we think that the fairies who call it home should decide what happens to it. Britain is going to disappear? Ridiculous. You're making no sense at all. The fact that you're aiding the child of prophecy alone makes you enemies of Fairy Britain. You're already attacking Britain. Well, you're wrong, Barghest. We're helping the child of prophecy save Britain. The real invader here is Morgan. She and Beryl Gut have no intention of saving you or any other fairy, just like she didn't bother to do anything to help Norwich. Morgan isn't going to do anything to stop the Great Calamity, even if it means letting every single fairy in Britain die. Know why? Because she means to use the Great Calamity to invade our world. But you've already figured that out, haven't you? No matter what reasons Morgan might have for doing this, the fact is, if she gets her way, countless fairies are going to suffer and die. You're right. I can't deny any of that. Don't mock me. Just because I accept what you're saying is true doesn't mean I've accepted you. Is this another one of those people die when they're killed moments? If you mistake me for a friend and get too close to me, I'll cut you down where you stand. Have you forgotten what I've done here? Now, I have a question for you. You claim to be trying to save Britain, yes? But Beryl told us you Chaldeans insist yours is the only way and have destroyed many other worlds. If that's true, then it must be why you came here in the first place. You say you're not going to attack us because we're already doomed. That's not the same thing as saving us, though. Let me now ask you this, Tuhu. You may answer as well. A wise and fair servant. Well, wise and fair. Is she talking about Muramasa? I think she's talking about Muramasa, right? Because she wouldn't call Oberon that. Child of prophecy, I can understand. But why would outsiders like yourselves protect fairies like us? You did so in Norwich, and you tried here today as well, even though you could have just let them die. Didn't her soldiers say they were all already dead, though? Well... Hey there, Barghest. It's obvious you don't really want to kill us anymore. Why not call a truce with them? Hell, I'm still technically one of Chaldea's enemies myself. If there's something you really want to do, letting yourself do it isn't such a bad idea. Well, I mean, if you insist. Barghest, don't tell me she's turning into a Morse. No, wait, that's not it. What's going on? My name. Don't call me by my name. Ugh, this is gonna ruin my fucking voice. What the? Baggy, did you really just protect Tuhu? What were you thinking? Why would you try to help me? Are you trying to get yourself killed? I mean, you were aiming for me, weren't you, Portune? What's the meaning of this? Don't you take that tone with me, Barghest. I'm the one who's angry here. Not only did you dare to entertain these outsiders' ridiculous notions, you even defended the foreign mage. This is treason. If you wish to prove your innocence and loyalty, now will be your only chance. Kill that human. Go on, it should be easy for you. All you have to do is hold her close and break her neck. I can't do that. Not after she tried to help me. I see. Then the High Queen's wrath will be swift and mighty, foolish black dog. Good luck falling asleep tonight. Oh crap, he's getting away. Shouldn't you go after him, Barghest? Won't you be charged with treason if he makes it back to Camelot? It's alright. I did what I thought was right. Nothing more. Should the High Queen choose to punish me for that, then I shall accept my fate as a knight. Traitors lending your aid to the Child of Prophecy, my mission is to eradicate Oberon's home, the Autumn Woods, is complete. I will probably be relieved of my position once I return to Camelot. but that is also proof that Tamlin Gawain has been bested in battle. Victory is yours, Round Table. I'm sure the other fairies will be delighted by this news. Well, however things turned out, at least the forest is quiet now. And the fact that we managed to beat one of the Tamlin is no small achievement either. I'm glad at least one good thing came out of this. Oberon, I think I'd like to be alone for a while. Would you mind heading back without me? I need some time to say goodbye to everyone individually. Okay, we'll go on ahead and wait for you at the carriage. Come on, Tuhu, let's give him some space. Oh, good. I'm glad you're all okay. Huh? Where's Oberon? I don't see him I don't see him anywhere. He's going to be a little late, so we're going to spend the night here while we wait for him. What about Percival and Gareth? We're right here. We've been resting up while we waited for you. Giga Chad. We looked everywhere, but I'm afraid there were no survivors. I'm sorry I couldn't be of more help. Still, you should have seen Percival out there. He chased off Lancelot. Lancelot? That bitch was here too? Damn it. Now I wish I'd stay with Percival. I need to pay her back for tossing me into the pit before I leave this lost belt. So there were two Tamlin here then? And you actually chased Lancelot away? No, I didn't. And Gareth is giving me too much credit. The truth is, she basically let us go. As soon as she confirmed that the fire had been put out, she flew off towards Camelot. I'm human. I'm a human. There's nothing I could have done to strike a dragon fairy like her from the sky. Giga Chad. I know what you mean. Yeah, there goes my voice again. I know what you mean. We've seen Lancelot's incredible mobility for ourselves. She's just as fast and agile in flight as the records I've seen of Enkidu from Babylonia. I'm sure she's the most beautiful fairy in all of Fairy Britain, after all. That said, even she could only move so fast in the forest, what with all the trees getting in her way. That's the only reason I was able to hold out against her as long as I did. Still, it's impressive you managed to fend her off. Even a certain alter ego I know was helpless against her. Well, do you have any other combat data about her we could use? We basically know nothing about her right now. Did anything stand out to you while you fought? Did she say anything about this atrocity? Well, actually, no, nothing noteworthy. I'm afraid all I could do against her was defend. Right, Gareth? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Yeah, I guess so. But it was still an amazing battle. On a different note, I'm getting a little worried about Oberon. I'm sure he'll get over the shock in time, but burying that many bodies would have to wear on anyone. Maybe I ought to go back and help him. Huh? Why would he bury them? What do you mean? Why would he bury them? What? Do you guys only cremate bodies here? Either way, we can't just leave the bodies there to rot. We got to make a grave, then. You really don't know, Muramasa? I guess you don't either, then, Tuhu. Oh, now I get it. That makes a lot of things add up, then. I thought it was strange when their spirit origins didn't fall apart after they died. That's right. I don't know how it is with fairies in your world, but here in Britain, when we die, we just stay how we are. We don't decompose, we don't rot. We change form, and then stay there forever. Human bodies rot, so we do cremate those, but fairy bodies are just abandoned to the earth. Look, over there. See all those fallen trees? Those are the fairies who reached the end of their lives. All of Britain is composed of fairy corpses, basically. Da Vinci DVR's like, huh? Huh? What you say? I can't believe a proud knight like myself has to flee. This has been one surprise after another. The child of prophecy and the foreign mage were supposed to stay back in Londinium. Lancelot didn't obey her orders. Gawain only burned the forest. No, she's just Barghest the Black Dog now. I have to report her betrayal to Her Majesty. Under the circumstances, she will understand why I had no choice but to retreat. But the biggest problem is that girl who saw through my camouflage. I should have made her tell me how she did it, but that damn Percival got in my way. Well, no matter. At least I know where to find her. As soon as I report it back to Her Majesty, I'll go to Londinium and... What the? Huh? What is this? What's going on? My legs, they're being eaten away. You! I know you! I recognize that horrible cursed scent. I smelled it during the war against the Moors. No, this can't be. You're supposed to be dead. The High Queen. I have to tell the High Queen. Dedge. Small bells. Ooh, I'm one small bell away from what is it? Gaining Castoria's appends the max. As a matter of fact, let me check if I can get Castoria's appends the max right now. Let's see. Oops. This one. Just make sure this is the right one. Yep, 10 10 10. 7 10 7. Yep. Let's see, anti-saber or extra attack boost. I'll go for the extra attack boost first. Bells, dink donk. Dink donk. Okay. Let's see. Do I want to spare the Scales of Fantasy now? Because, let's see. It still says that I have what? I still... My notepad says here that I still have to, what is it? I still have to go over the bells here. Or the, I still have to gather more small bells in Fantasy. But, fuck it. I don't care. Alright, Castoria is done. Why do you have two Castorias? Oh, because I rolled an MP6 to prepare her eventually for 120. But I never burned the 6th copy. So I just leveled it up too. I mean... If you're asking me why I have 2 copies of Castoria, you should also ask me why I have 2 copies of... oh, I gotta go by... Not acquisition, but go by level. You also should probably ask me why I have 2 copies of Santa Nightingale, 3 copies of Saber Lily, all at level 80 by the way, 2 copies of Saber Liz, 2 copies of Saber Hokusai... Who else do I have? 2 copies of Chloe, because my other one is level 100. 2 copies of Consort Yu. 2 copies of what's her name again? Kenshin. 2 copies of Jailter. 2 copies of Rishtar. 2 copies of Zeeg. 2 copies of Caster Liz. 2 copies of Skaha Assassin. You get the idea. Alright, let's read this fragment thingy after I burn whatever the hell I need to hear. I can burn this. That's just a, what is it? That's just a 4-star ember. As a matter of fact, I will, where's the rarity? I believe I can sort by rarity here, right? Let's see, acquisition. Actually, can I filter by rarity? I feel like you can. I thought you could anyway. Where's the filter by rarity option? Or filter, rather. Yeah, rarity, I guess. Does that matter? I guess that means that all the 4-star was filtered down to the bottom? Yeah, okay. In that case, then we're just have to burn 3 of these then. And sort by acquisition again. Jesus, stop flexing. I mean, if you think I've started flexing, then... Like, and I'm not even trying to say that to flex, which is the ironic part. Like, oh no, I've only just begun. Anyways. Fey Era 400, back when Britain's Tree of Emptiness still stood intact and whole. Mash was enjoying a peaceful respite with Ash and Totodrot at their forest camp. Though still bewildered how simultaneously similar and different her surroundings were, she told her new companions everything she could about her experiences in Fairy Britain. So that's everything I know about the Isle of Britain, the land of the Fae. Does that help?
Ash, is there something wrong with her?
Ash, is there something wrong with her? Don't be rude, Totodrot. She isn't lying. She's telling us about the distant future, actually. So, in the future, this place is called Fairy Britain. A queen named Morgan unifies all the clans, and there's a figure known as a Child of Prophecy, as well as invaders from proper human history. Oh, I'm sorry. Invaders is too strong a word. Forgive me. I'm still processing everything you told me. No, it's okay. I can't blame you for thinking of us that way. Anyway, does this mean you believe me about coming here from the future, Ash? It's a lot to take in, but I can mostly tell you're being honest about it all. Part of me doesn't want to believe it, especially regarding the Child of Prophecy. You said that she's the Savior Reborn? Like the next fairy destined to save Britain? If there's such a person in the future, that means, well, it means I'm going to fail.
Yeah, and there's no way Ash is gonna fail this time. She's gonna bring peace to Britain, you'll see. This Mirror Clan fairy doesn't know what she's talking about.
You're right, Totodrot. I do have to make sure I succeed this time. And you'll help me, won't you?
You bet I will. I'm always happy to help girls who are doing their best. You said your name's Mash, right? You've got bad luck showing up when you did. If you want my help, you're gonna have to wait until I finish making Ash happy.
That's fine. Thank you, Totodrot. I know I can count on you. Mash, if you don't have anywhere else to go, you can stay with us. But if you do, I'd like you to promise me one thing. If you want to return to your own time, you shouldn't say anything else about the future. Oh, right. Is that because intervening in the past could end up changing the future? Something like that. I doubt anything you say or do here will have any effect on the era of the High Queen. But there could be fairies here in the Fae era where the Tree of Emptiness is still intact, whose destinies could end up warped. Huh? So nothing I do here will have any effect on the era of the High Queen? What do you mean by hold it, Mash. Hold it, Mash. That's getting into the future again, right? Right, of course. I shouldn't even be talking about the era of the High Queen anymore, should I? That's right. I'm saying this more to protect your destiny than ours. When you go back to your own time, you can't bring back any knowledge that would create a paradox. The larger the paradox, the larger the resulting gaps in your memory will be. You don't want to lose your precious memories, right? I mean, she's already done it once. She's already lost them once before. So, it's better if you avoid discussions of the future as much as possible. That being said, I really have to question this High Queen Morgan's judgment in handling calamities by sending them back to the past. If he hadn't defeated the calamity of Norwich in the future, then we would have found that giant hand thing you told us about on the beach instead of you, right? Talk about a close call. If that had been if it had been that thing we encountered, we might have lost the Knight of Londinium who finally just appeared. In that sense, you've helped us out more than I can possibly say, Mash. Do you read the story on JP, or is your first time reading Lost LB6? First time. I don't play JP like Mako said. Thanks to you and this Tuhu person saving us from the last battle, our own battle should go much more smoothly. That's a battle you're fighting as the savior of Britain, right? Is that the battle from the year 4000 of the Fae era, or the War of Summer from Fae era 2000? What year is it right now, actually?
The War of Summer happened in Fae era 10,000. The only war that took place in the year 2000 was a yard dispute between the Earth and Wind clans, back when Britain was a lot smaller than it is now.
Oh, wait, I think I understand. Those year numbers must be backwards. In the time Mash is from, they probably count the Fae era years backwards, starting from the first year of the era of the High Queen. It may keep things simpler if we just talk about the past events in terms of how many years ago they happened. The War of Summer took place 1600 years ago, which will make it Fae era 2000 from your perspective, Mash. It was a massive invasion perpetrated by Ireland, the Isle of Shadows. Ireland is rising up again. It was a second attempt by the Northern Fairies to invade Britain. They were led by Queen Maeve, who worked her human army like slaves. That was a really close call, wasn't it, Totoro?
It sure was. They almost killed every clan in Britain. I don't know what we would have done if it hadn't been for you and the Black Knight. Right, Black Knight?
True. Queen Maeve was a very powerful fairy. And it's not just because she had Albion's protection. She also had a primordial strength about her that the southern fairies simply don't possess. Ash managed to buy some time, but if she'd really wanted to wipe out the clans, there was nothing we could have done to stop her. But then, just as Maeve was on the verge of victory, she proposed a truce out of nowhere. She then went on to occupy the vacant throne left behind by the Rain Clan in Orkney, and became the lord of the entire northern region. I see. Thank you for filling me in. By the way, may I ask who that is? This is Sir Black Knight, my escort. He and I have known each other for a long time now, haven't we? Indeed. Ever since you first became a public figure. Ash and I have fought side by side for over 2,000 years now. I don't know much more. I don't know how much more I can take, even with this undying body. Succeed or fail, I really hope this is your last attempt to save Britain. Don't worry, it's gonna work. It's gonna work this time, surely. All we have to do is make sure that the coronation goes smoothly. I guess that's true. If this doesn't work, then nothing will. After 10,000 years of fighting, the clans have finally agreed to live peacefully under Britain's new king. Though I still find it hard to believe that a human of all people succeeded at unifying the 5 clans. Still, I suppose it makes sense, since fairies would never submit to another fairy's rule, if only we'd realize it sooner. Wait, hold on. Did you just say Britain has a king, and a human, no less?
That's right. Maeve's still grumbling about it, though. Says she's a much better choice for Britain's king than some human.
Well, you know how proud Maeve can be, Totoro. And that's not even mentioning what happened with the War of Summer. But anyway, we're getting off track. Right now, Mash, we're in what you would call Fae Era 400, which I guess means this High Queen Morgan will appear 400 years from now. I know I shouldn't think about it, but it's really hard not to. I know Uther is human, so he only has 10 more years left at most. So does that mean his heirs will inherit the throne for a few generations until Morgan emerges to assume the throne in 400 years? Is that even possible? I guess you don't know either, huh, Ash? Still, at least it sounds like this new king is successful at keeping peace between the clans. After all, in the Fairy of Britain I know, there's almost no inter-clan war whatsoever. Oh, I'm sorry. There I go, talking about the future again. That one was fine, Mash. It's still within the margin of error. Anyways, there's still peace in the future. That's good to hear. Black Knight Giga Chad. Up until now, Britain has been plagued for millennia with endless turf wars between the clans. To see that fighting end with our generation would be absolutely wonderful.
It's all thanks to us, Mirian and the Wing Clan, and Uther's coalition army giving the Earth, Wind, Fang, and Mirror clans what for. Our only draw was with Maeve of the King Clan. But now that Maeve's marrying Uther to unify their nations, the two of them together might just be invincible. Though I do feel just a little bad for Maeve, since Uther so obviously loves you, Ash. Now, don't be silly, Totoro. Of course he doesn't. Besides, once I see Uther take the crown and accept the bone bell from the clans, I'm gonna go back to paradise. I think Uther and Maeve make a great couple, too. I'm sure the two of them ruling together will bring peace to Britain for the next 400 years. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We still need to ensure the coronation in Londinium goes smoothly. Why aren't you using the cathedral in Salisbury for that, Ash? Isn't there far more history to be found there? Londinium may be an invincible fortress, but it still smells of blood. It's bound to attract Moors. If you ask me, Salisbury is still the safer choice. Maybe, but Salisbury is also closer to the pit. That place worries me more. No one in Britain knows what's at the bottom of the pit. No, the fairies of Britain fear it too much to even go near it. I'm the only one who can investigate what's inside, but it's much too deep for me to do so alone. If only there were someone brave and strong with magical energy to match a fairy. Someone who wasn't from Britain but was still willing to help, then I could go investigate it, right? Now. Ash? What is it?
Of course, we do have someone like that right now. Hooray! Of course. No way. Change of plans, everyone. We're going to the pit right now. Back to the pit. Oh, I'm sorry, Castoria. I didn't know you were the Darkest Dungeon's, the narrator from Darkest Dungeon. Back to the pit. Moon 2H, back to the pit. Mash and I are going to finally uncover the truth behind the greatest mystery in Britain. Fuck. Shit. Alright. So, we finished chapter 13, I believe. 13, and then we read fragment 6, I believe. God damn, chapter 13 was fucking long. Oh, excuse me. And we still have fucking, what, like 11 chapters to go, and that's not even including any of the extra fragments we might have to read through. And there's up to like, what, 9 fragments or something? Yeah. At least chapter 14 is a little shorter at like 5 arrows, but to the pit, back to the pit. Okay, chat. I just got notice from my brother that our family dinner needs to be postponed by an hour because apparently my brother looked ahead and apparently traffic is really bad right now. So he wants to delay us going by an hour since, you know, traffic. So yeah, I can stick around for another hour, so we have another hour to spare going through chapter 14 then, which I don't mind. So yeah, we have time to read through another chapter at least. Yeah, back to the pit then. Yep, back to the pit ourselves. Anyways. Tintagel's Bell of Pilgrimage, which I've been hearing constantly for 16 years, rings in the distance. It's a crude, roughly hewn bell that looks nothing like the bells it's based on. It embodies the wish that the child of prophecy will one day grow strong and set off on her journey. Tintagel is a coastal village located north of Cornwall. It's a small, insignificant place. Both the High Queen and the clan heads tend to forget it exists. Castor, I brought you a new book. It's about etiquette for upper-class fairies. You should study it now so that you'll be ready when you leave for the castle one day. Let's see, do you mind if I put the table here? By the way, have your Fey markings grown yet? You'll be 16 years old in only 2 more years, you know. I'm getting a little worried. Your journey is going to be hard enough as it is. I see you're working hard working hard again today, Castor. You are so diligent, dedicated, and innocent. I know that's our modern day language kicking in, but like, Monka Giga. You play just as hard. You play just as hard as you study, and you always find whatever it is in the village needs at the moment, at any given moment. The other fairies could learn a thing or two from you. Just seeing you in action fills us with hope. Still, I'm afraid it's going to be difficult to pay this year's tax. Thankfully, we should be able to squeak by thanks to all your help. But at this rate, I'm worried Tintagel may cease to exist by the time you turn 16. What are we gonna do? Why must you be so very... I swear, none of these fairies have any tact. I guess that's what happens when you've lived past your prime. Well, there's nothing wrong with saying when you don't like something. In fact, you should say you should say so. Don't you agree, Castor? I mean, you don't want anyone treating you any differently just because you're the child of prophecy either, right? So come on, let's do something fun. The elder's not gonna mind if you just hang out for a little while. Did you hear there's a merchant caravan coming this way from the East Road? Maybe we can get some musical instruments from Gloucester. If they have any, I'm sure they'd sell to you. I mean, you are the child of prophecy. Oh, have you been growing? One of the older fairies was saying you grow and change over time, unlike the rest of us. It's so weird to think about, but I guess it's better that way. With the magical energy you have now, you couldn't even survive against a single black dog. So hurry up and grow as much as you can, okay? Until then, we'll keep you safe. Everyone had such high hopes for me. Lunch break? Okay. Thanks for hanging out, Strazo. Hopefully we'll see you next time. Oh boy, Bao is now about to gamba on Star Rail. Or she will soon. It was a tiny village with no future, but they all believed in me, even though I didn't deserve it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm so weak. I'm sorry I couldn't be stronger. I'm sorry I couldn't protect our village. What's wrong with this village? I told them it was futile to fight back, yet they still tried to resist. Did they all go crazy? Forget the Tentacle fairies. Find a child of prophecy. We've embarrassed ourselves enough as it is. If we let her escape now, I'll never be able to face High Queen Morgan. His voice was like thunder. It was the first time I'd heard a truly powerful fairy roar with anger. I was too scared to even try to fight. All I could do was run away by myself, crying. I'm sorry, Grandpa. I wish I could have stayed there with you. It only took half a day to make it back to Salisbury. This new carriage is so much easier to pull. And now that we're fighting against the Queen, I have no intention of obeying the speed limit anymore. Ha 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 ha. At this pace, we should make it back to Londinium before sunset. What would you like to do? Seconded. I need to get out before my poor back and butt shatter completely. I could use a breather too. I think I might be getting a little motion sick. Then why don't we rest up at Mike's restaurant? I've been wanting to talk to him about something anyway. How about you, Percival? I'm going to continue on. I'm going to continue to Londinium. Giga Chad. I'm sure the Child of Prophecy will be welcome in Salisbury, but I don't think the same can be said for the commander of the Round Table Army. Huh? What are you talking about, Percival? There's a resistance movement in Salisbury too, right? Well, why don't you just work together? It's not that simple. The Round Table Army and the Salisbury Rebel Army are different organizations. They may be similar, but their goals aren't quite the same. Especially since Aurora is still publicly presenting herself as being on the Queen's side. If she did anything to hint that she's sympathetic to the Round Table Army, she'd be squished like a bug, clan head or not. Guess that's true, yeah. But ain't it kind of a bad look just be sitting on the sidelines at this point? Not at all, Lord Muramasa. I wouldn't expect Lady Aurora to choose anything else. Giga Chad. Anyway, Kundry's telling me she still has plenty of energy, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go on ahead to Londinium. Shit, Castoria forgot about this part. Oh, beloved child of prophecy, oh, valiant child of prophecy, courageous savior Norwich, equal the Queen of Camelot, or Queen in Camelot. She's gonna rebuild Londinium and defeat the Tamlin. I know, and it's all about Artoria. They're even selling pancakes that look just like her. I'll grab a dozen or so before we leave, okay? Da Vinci, you're finally back. Where were you? You said you were only going to be gone for a little while, but it's been over 2 weeks. Only 2 weeks? Oh, but never mind that. The important thing is, you're back. I've got so many things I want to show you. I made a whole new menu. I've been getting along better with the Wind Clan fairies. I forgot what voice I gave, I forget what voice I gave Mike, actually. And I'm even hanging out with the humans now. It's been real busy, but I've been having so much fun. Hey Mike, sorry for making you worry. Still, don't you think you might be trying a few too many new things at once? You're the kind of fairy who concentrates best when you're on your own, so I think you'd be better off sticking to one thing at a time. You think? Well, maybe you're right, but one's just not enough anymore. After all the amazing things you taught me, Tabenji, everything else just pales in comparison. Sheesh, how can I scold you after a compliment like that? Sorry to, but I need to stop by the kitchen and taste test Mike's new recipes. I just hope she hasn't used any overly strange seasonings this time. By all means, take your time. We'll just be resting up in the back. Nice to see Da Vinci's got a friend. Well, more of an apprentice, really. She said she got to know him while she was wandering around on her own. At least it at least means we can come and go as we please. That does make it perfect for having secret meetings here at this quiet little back table. Yeah, I've got something serious to discuss. I know you all kept quiet about this after we left the Welsh woods, and I appreciate your consideration. But time is not on our side. Woodrose's army still has Londinium surrounded. If we're going to defeat them, yeah, I'm going to need a katana. Would you make me one, Muramasa? Oh shit! Oh shit! When the Mothman asks for a katana, oh shit! It's time. Shit's getting real. Hey, Art of Class, how's it going, man? Dropping by, I'd say thanks for uploading part 1. Hey, no problem, man. And yeah, I will whenever I've got the time and whenever I remember to, yeah, I'll dig through my keep digging through my my VODs, my Twitch VODs or stream VODs, yeah, same thing. And I will continue to upload, like clip out and upload the other parts of my audiobook simulator so far to my channel. So yeah, that's the first one. Obviously, there'll be more to come too. But yeah, huh? I'm a grown man. I can't keep fighting with a tree branch forever, and your katana's really cool, so. God damn it, Oberon's just like us, for real, for real. He's a weeb, just like us. Ooh, katana, cool. Japanese steel, folded 1,000 times, best steel in the world. Do you think it'd be okay if I wore one on my waist too? Are you nuts? You don't carry a katana for looks. Besides, isn't iron dangerous for fairies? Don't worry. Don't worry. It would just be for show. I never actually use something that dangerous. He really is a weeb. He just wants a katana just to look cool. Stand back. Let him cook. He's weebing. He's about to weeb. Stand back. Let him cook. That's worse, you dumbass. I ain't gonna help you to become a goddamn samurai cosplayer. A cosplayer. The most you're getting out of me is a bamboo sword. Let him cook. Wait, I don't have the let him cook emote? The hell? We must change that immediately. Where's the let him cook meme or let him cook emote? There we go. Let him cook. Let him cook. It's good to see Oberon feeling better again, isn't it, Tuhu? Yeah, it is. It sounds like a joke, but he's really serious about this katana idea. How could you do this to me, Muramasa? You're even stingier than I thought. Did you forget how you only beat Barghest with my help? That's got nothing to do with this. I can't give you a katana when you don't even know how to use one. I gotta admit, you were pretty good in that fight, though. When you said you weren't much good in the fight earlier, were you just being modest? Well, yes and no. I don't like pain, and my abilities make me much better at serving in a support role. I mean, he's not wrong. Plus, I didn't really want to draw attention away from the Child of Prophecy. If she thought her companions were more capable than she was, Artoria probably would have slunk back to Tintego long ago. So, I decided to avoid the limelight until she started feeling a little bit more confident. Good point. I probably would have just gone back to Tintego if you had, yeah. See? At any rate, that was my one foray into combat. I wasn't myself back there. The foreign mage is supposed to guide a child of prophecy, not me. I'm not going to overstep my boundaries anymore. From here on, this battle is for the two of you to fight. Besides, now that the Welsh forest has been burned down, my part in all this is probably just about over. Support servant aware. Guys, Mike just told me some big news. Huh? What's with all the long faces? Did you already hear about it from a patron or something? No, we haven't heard anything. What's this all about, Da Vinci? Well, some of the refugees from Norwich who escaped to Salisbury headed off to Londinium this morning to join the Round Table Army. Yup, apparently, news of our defeat has already made its way across Britain. I have an idea or two about who might have gone around spreading that rumor, but never mind that for now. The important thing is that people are starting to really put their faith in the Child of Prophecy now. The enemy thinks the Round Table Army is just going to stay holed up in Londinium, but if you can muster enough fighters to go on the offensive, we can defeat Woodrose before the Queen sends reinforcements. Exactly, though only if we keep getting more fighters from across the country. Into the Ayaya land. And if we're going to make that happen, we've only got one option. Can you do this for us, Oberon? Of course. Besides, you guys have already met the criteria Aurora laid out. All that's left now is for her to hold up her end of the deal. So, let's go get your reward for saving Norwich. But will she? But will she? What was that thingy? Oh, we can choose what kind of battle we fight here. Are the fights any different? Oh, I guess NPC Oberon is a different class. One fight he's a caster, but the other fight he's a writer, I guess. Huh, that's super weird. I guess technically it's better to, what is it? I guess it's technically better to say okay, I guess, because we wanted the writer class, right? Because who is it? Artoria is what? Caster, so she'll be weak to Oberon. And then the other writers can't do super effective damage to Oberon if he's not a caster, so. Choose second year so you don't have to win. But can we still choose our teams though? I guess we'll find out. First fight has team setup, but second fight has no team setup. Huh, that's super interesting. I'll just go with the first fight anyway. I was just reciting poetry when I heard the bell ring all the way outside town too. It was as crisp and clear as a crunchy carrot. Still, I can't help but worry about how Lady Aurora will be able to keep her position after this. Apparently, she plans to tell the Queen that we broke in and rang it while she was away. We'll just have to trust that Aurora's diplomatic skills will be enough to carry her through such an obvious lie. Still, even if the Queen does start treating her as an enemy, so long as she can maintain plausible deniability until we defeat Woodrose's army, we can then send Round Table Army troops out to Salisbury to keep her safe in case the Queen's army shows up. Great point. And besides, Artoria's rung 2 bells now. Even I can tell that her aura is incredible. Everything from her strength to her power to her destructive force has increased like 1,000,000,000 times over. That's the first expression I've seen out of Gareth. Just so you know, I'm the strongest fairy ever now. Not even Barghest could stand a chance against me. Oh man, I can't believe you actually said that. I was so impressed. You think? I don't remember saying anything like that, but you really think so? What do you think, Tuhu? Oberon, could I take Baggy one-on-one now? Not likely. You're probably just a bit stronger than Tristan now, but Barghest is tough even without her gifted name. She still has at least 10 times the strength and skill as you do, so taking her on alone would be suicide. Right. Of course, it's not like I was any better than trash to start with after all. Tuhu's right. Your magical circuits... Oh, right. For fairies, they're called Fey markings, aren't they? Anyway, no matter what you call them, you clearly have more of them now. For example, both humans and fairies are born with a set number of nerves. But in your case, instead of getting stronger through training like most people, you've gotten stronger because of an increase in the number of nerves you have. It's completely unprecedented, and that makes you very, very special. That said, it also raises other questions. I've heard that there are two kinds of fairies here, actually. The kind whose appearance never changes from time they're born, and the kind whose appearance changes at every stage of their life. By this point, I'm pretty sure you're the latter type, but there still aren't any past examples of a fairy's abilities growing this much. Though there have, of course, been cases where a loss of purpose, or shine, has led to a fairy losing magical energy. So, how do you feel about these developments, Artoria? I wish I knew the answer to that myself. Well, maybe it's just because I'm the child of prophecy. I need some sort of edge if I'm really going to fulfill my calling, right? I guess that does make sense. If a mediocre fairy like you is going to defeat a genius like Morgan, you pretty much have to cheat to stand a chance. Huh. What about you then, Oberon? How good a fighter are you, anyway? I didn't have a chance to see in the forest, so why don't you show me what you can really do? I already said I'm not going to fight anymore. Remember? Besides, who would I even fight? Okay, Muramasa, you're with me. Gareth, you're also with me. Retrobit, you're with me too. Da Vinci, you're with me. And two, of course you're with me too. Okay, we have our teams. Let's go, Oberon. I'm gonna kick your scrawny ass all up and down this field. Goddamn. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, sister. Let's kick some ass. Let's kick some moth ass. Hell yeah, brother. Or hell yeah, sister. Fine then. You'll take my side, right? Right too? Sorry about this. Now that this is how the dialogues ended up, yeah, fuck Oberon. I was originally gonna go with the first dialogue choice just to have a more interesting fight, but now that that's how the dialogue's gone, nope. You can go fuck yourself. And we'll just do whatever, just because we don't care about winning this fight anymore. Surely we'll take Oberon's side, right? Actually, what kind of MP does he have? Is it different from the one he gets as an actual servant? Okay, no, it's the exact same thing. Oh, he also puts everybody to sleep there too. That's funny. Oberon has an MP? No way! No weighing. No way. The extra attack is really good. Yeah. And his voice line for it is great as well. Really completes it. Let's see. Salisbury's bell has been rung. Now I cannot yet declare this publicly, but as the head of the Wind Clan, I have accepted the child of prophecy as the rightful savior of Britain. Once she has rung all 6 bells, the Wind Clan shall make our objections known to the Queen. Unfortunately, this also means that the horrors of war will one day reach Salisbury as well. Will you all accept my decision, even if it should bring trouble to our doorstep? Of course, Lady Aurora. You needn't even ask. We cannot trust Queen Morgan with Fairy Britain. We have all been eagerly awaiting this day for a long time now. I would expect no less from the guards of Salisbury. Your loyalty pleases me. The child of prophecy has returned to Londinium. Her battle with Woodrose will begin shortly. Things will start to change very quickly across all across the land once she has rung Oxford's bell as well. Be sure to set your formations so that you are ready to deploy at a moment's notice. Huh? Excuse me, Lady Coral. Our formations are already set. We can leave for Londinium at any time. Shouldn't we go help them fight Woodrose to show how strong Salisbury truly is? Watch your tongue. This is not your choice to make. Listen to me closely. The Fang clan have long been proud guardians of Britain. The Wind Clan will never do battle with them. Our enemies are Morgan the Witch, the Earth Clan for the transgression they have committed, the Queen supporters in Camelot who gorge themselves on peace, and the humans of the anti-fairy organization who don't know their place. Anti-fairy organizations, okay. Lady Aurora will not lead us into battle until Camelot is well and truly on the back foot. I will not tolerate anyone carelessly putting our fair city in danger. Salisbury will remain neutral until the time is right. Forget about the humans of Londinium. So, is that so Salisbury won't be punished if the child of prophecy should happen to lose? That is what I said. I trust there are no objections. Understood. We will not open Salisbury's gates to anyone, even refugees from Londinium. Really? I don't see the harm in that, Coral. Lady Aurora? It may be dangerous for us to take in soldiers from the Round Table Army, yes. But civilians from the Londinium who took no part in the battle would merely be refugees. It would be improper for me, as head of the clan, to simply turn aside people with nowhere else to go. Besides, if we were to simply leave the weak to their fates, on what grounds could we object to Queen Morgan's rule? But if we take in refugees, we'll have to fight the Queen before the Child of Prophecy can complete her pilgrimage. It's okay, Coral. It won't be a problem. You saw Artoria for herself, right? She's strong enough now to keep Londinium safe. Plus, she has Oberon Duhu with her as well. That said, if the Round Table Army were to somehow fall in spite of all that, then the time for us to remain on the sidelines will have ended. For we will be honor-bound to protect the lives and freedoms of any fairies and humans who come from Londinium seeking refuge. Wow, that's so generous of you, Lady Aurora. You refuse to put us in danger by helping Londinium, yet you're still willing to help its people even though they've tried so pointlessly to assert their independence. You truly are the perfect queen, Lady Aurora. You're the one who can bridge the gap between fairies and humans. We of the Liberation Army vow to keep you and your city safe, even if it should cost us our lives. What are these inferior creatures saying? There's no possible way you could protect Salisbury or Lady Aurora by yourselves. It's no use. I knew humans were worthless. All I can do now is hope the child of prophecy succeeds. I hope she's able to ring all the bells of pilgrimage before it comes time to fight the queen. Correction is needed. Oh god. Oh, so now we can use Castoria again, huh? Oh, it's like, oh, I see how it is. Pocket is rolling Nero on in Nikkei. Okay.
私の足元で許しを乞いなさい。落ちよ、ロードレスキャメロット。
Good. Why is the patrol unit captain an Oni from Japan? How did he get here? Probably because of Koi and Sky? Yeah, maybe. Is it just me, or are there way more people here now than before?
It's not just you. There have been people pouring in from the east and south gates since morning. And it's all because you guys beat a Tamlin. I couldn't believe the news when I heard either.
Small voice crack. When's Malusi next banner? Yeah, December, early December. It's right before we get our Tunguska raids, so, or at least it should be. I'm glad you're all back safe and sound, Giga Chad. I wasn't worried I wasn't worried you wouldn't make it, but it's still good to see you're all well. Hey, Mr. Walks, how's it going, man? Welcome back. I'll only stick around for a little bit longer, but yeah, thanks for stopping by. That's right, they're all from Norwich. Some want to join our army, others just want to live here. Even if this is only about half of everyone who even this is only about half of everyone who showed up. There were so many we had to have the rest stay at Norwich for the time being. That's right. That's right. I managed to sneak some inside Londinium under the cover of night yesterday, but that won't work again. Now that Woodrose is sending out patrols, the rest will have to come once this battle's over, right? Pepe, you're here too? Of course, son. Almost time for the final battle, isn't it? So I thought, why just sit around Norwich, waiting for a report when I could come see the action for myself? Had to tell everybody you got your, every girl's frontline weed that you got your fat package today? Ah, okay, gotcha. Nice. Looking good. Oh, no. You shouldn't go thanking me just yet. I have my own goals after all. I'm really just using you as bait here. Once the fighting begins in earnest, you're staying in Londinium until it's over, right? And if Bear knows where his target is, he's bound to turn up sooner or later. For some reason, I can just tell when and where he'll try to strike. He loves going after his victims when their guard is down, right after they've won a hard battle. So you're both cut from the same dirty cloth, huh? Well, long as this gets him out of our hair, you won't hear me complaining. But don't go taking any serious risks, all right? If you die now, we're gonna have to go through the rigmarole, whatever the fuck that word is, of unifying Norwich again. Oh my, you're worried about me, Muramasi? That makes coming to Britain all the more worthwhile. Don't be an idiot. Since I'm the Child of Prophecy's bodyguard right now, I'd just rather be dealing with you than Spriggan. Sure thing, hon. Whatever you say. Alright, since I'm technically affiliated with Chaldea, maybe it's time I got down to serious business. Percival and Artoria, Tuhu and Da Vinci, would you come to the war room with me? I have a proposal for something. I didn't really catch the rest of that. Let's see. I have a proposal for what comes after the prophecy. Let me get right to the point. This lost belt isn't like the others. It's not going to go away even with this tree of emptiness destroyed. It was never part of human history long enough to be pruned away in the first place. Rather, this world is just as strong as proper human history. A new human history, not an empty one. Ironic that fantastical creatures like fairies became their own human history, isn't it? So you're saying this place isn't a lost belt, but a lost world, huh? I guess I can buy that. I guess I can buy that. Britain's Tree of Emptiness may have burned down during the attack on Olympus, but it had long since stopped functioning. I think this lost belt escaped the Tree of Emptiness's cosmic fantasy about 2019 years ago, the first year of the era of the High Queen, when Morgan began ruling Britain. It's not the Tree of Emptiness keeping this lost belt going, it's Morgan herself. But that also means that once we defeat her, this lost belt will go back to the way it was, and that should mean it'll eventually be pruned away just like the others. That's true, at least for Britain, but not for its residents. In the other lost belts, the fates of the people who lived were inextricably tied to the surroundings, but that's not the case for this lost belt. If nothing else, we can be sure that the fairies who were born during the era of the High Queen won't disappear even if they leave this lost belt. It makes sense, really, since this world is just as strong as proper human history. That's the difference I'm trying to point out. That's right. Humans who were born in the land of the Fae can only live here. But if they wanted to, the fairies of this land could immigrate into proper human history. Now do you get it? There's a possible future where you can all live together in peace and harmony. So what's that all mean, Da Vinci? It means even if defeating Morgan results in this lost belt disappearing, you could still survive if you came with us to the outside world. At least once we figure out how to get past that wall of light, of course. Yup, you could either disappear with this place or start a new life in proper human history. The choice is yours, Artoria. In fact, you could abandon this whole child of prophecy thing and just leave right now. There is a whole nother life waiting for you on Caldea's stone border if you want it. I'm kind of amazed you said that, Pepe, especially with Percival standing right there. Oh, I wouldn't have said it at all if Percy hadn't been here. I've already told him about proper human history, the lost belts, the Chaldea, and the trees of emptiness. That's why I just told you two and Artoria about this as well. I wanted to get this all out in the open so there would be no hard feelings. Pretty fair of me, right? Well, I don't know nearly as much as the rest of you, so this may be pretty simplistic. Giga Chad. But if Artoria wants to stop being the child of prophecy, that's entirely her choice. Giga Chad. Really? Even though you went through all this trouble creating the Round Table Army? Really? I chose to build a Round Table Army on my own, you know. Nobody forced me to do it, and I don't intend to force anyone else to join. And besides, I don't really deserve to be their commander, not after some of the things I've done. So please believe me when I say you don't need to give up. So please believe me when I say you don't need to give up. Oh, they forgot the what. What? So please believe me when I say you don't need to give up what you want for us. Besides, now we know we can still help the fairies of Britain escape to the outside world. Even without defeating the Queen. And isn't just knowing that's an option a big step forward for Fairy Britain? Well, yeah, I guess so. But I still don't think that's good enough. Morgan will never just sit back and let everyone walk away. If we're really going to save the fairies of Britain, there's no getting around the fact that we'll have to defeat Morgan Le Fay. I'm pretty sure that means the fairy in the Legend of King Arthur. The Fay part changed over time to Fay in modern day English. Although, I haven't seen a single other fairy call Morgan that since I've been here. I see. So you want to defeat Queen Morgan just like the prophecy said, huh, Artoria? Looks like I'm with you to the bitter end, then. Make Castoria and Percival dialogue with British accent as they are canonically from Britain. That mean I've already given a lot of people British accents, so like especially like Holmes. Holmes is our local British guy in Chaldea party. It's just unfortunate that he's not with us here, though. But yeah, I've been giving British accents to a couple people, but yeah, not too much. And besides, I've been doing accents. I've been giving accents to so many people that, man, it's really taken a lot out of me already. So. Yeah, and honestly, they probably don't even have like modern day British accents as we know it. Probably don't even exist yet. If anything, I need to give them like I should have made like a Scottish accent maybe because she's from the north. Like Artoria, since she said she's from Cornwall or northern Cornwall, she should have a Welsh accent if anything else. Like have Connor voice act her with his Welsh accent. So yeah. If as a crypter I'm going to settle things with Bearer, then I guess as Tuhu's nosy senpai, I have a right to interfere in your affairs too. Okay, that's enough serious talk for now. And while I trust this goes without saying, for the record, if Autoria plans to continue on her path as the child of prophecy, we'd best keep this conversation between ourselves. It wouldn't be very good for morale if the rebels found out they could just escape the world itself, would it? Surely. Yeah, they wouldn't be speaking like British English, yeah. Because yeah, modern English didn't even exist back then. Okay, let's discuss matters as they stand. Giga Chad. We may have more soldiers to work with thanks to the volunteers from Norwich, but we can't deploy them right away. They will likely need more training, and it will take time to establish lines of communication and integrate them into our existing forces. Well, sure, it'd be foolhardy to send over 100 new troops into combat without any practical training. So, does that mean we're going to focus on defense while we train the new troops instead of making a surprise attack on Woodrose's army? That would be the safest option if we had the time to take it. Once the Queen sends Woodrose reinforcements, it'll be much more difficult to hold Londinium's line of defense. So instead, we're gonna pretend to focus on defense, while a small squad of elite soldiers from my company, along with Etoe and Kenwood's platoons, take a day to sneak around behind the enemy's forces. Once they're ready, I'll send out my company along with the volunteer soldiers from Londinium to pad their numbers. Then, while the enemy is focused on Londinium, our unit will ambush Woodrose himself and take him out. Giga Chad. Once their clan head has fallen, the other fairies should lose their sense of purpose. It's one of the weaknesses shared by all clan-affiliated fairies. I'm not a huge fan of this strategy, but exploiting that weakness is our best move. Then, does that mean we're going to settle this tomorrow night? That's right. Giga Chad. Our assault unit will set out from Londinium before dawn. As for all of you, I'd like you to stay here and protect the castle walls just in case. I appreciate the offer, but you see, we'll be marching upstream through the river. Since none of you are used to traversing through that kind of terrain, I'm afraid you'd exhaust yourselves before we even reach our destination. Okay, you got it. I think we can be of help defending Londinium at least. You obviously know what you're doing when it comes to skirmishing on level ground. So just leave things here to us and focus on winning your fight. I will. Thank you, Lady Da Vinci. Giga Chad. I swear on the sacred spear that I won't come back without defeating Woodrose. Oh boy, is that a death flag?
Meow. Wah. Dun dun. Is that Oberon? Surprised? I might be a halfwit with a perpetual princely smile plastered across his face, but even I can fly into a rage if he burned down my domain. But uh-oh, Oberon doesn't play fair. The trap he planted in the woods makes a mess of Barghest's shin. Is she fucking writing fanfic? Oh, it's you two, huh? I'm just writing in my diary. I have an atrocious memory, so I always write the day's events as entertainingly as possible. Oh god. What about you? Why did you come into the war room when nobody else was around? Did you feel so guilty about the festivities going on in the town plaza that you thought you'd escape up here? You're worried about Mash, right? I get it. It's easy not to think about her during a battle, but at times like this, you can't help it, right? I know I keep saying this, but you and Mash will see each other again. I guarantee it. I can't tell you where she is or how she's doing, but I can tell you she's with someone trustworthy, a heroic spirit from proper human history, whom you both met before. All you have to do is help Artoria. That's the quickest way you'll be reunited with Mash. Looks like no one else is listening right now, so I guess I can tell you this much. Yeah, Morgan teleported Mash, but she sent her somewhere not even Morgan herself can touch her. Morgan can't capture anyone. All she ever does is send them off to somewhere else. But that's nothing an outsider like you needs to worry about. All you guys have to do is defeat her. As for me, all I care about is my bride. I'm helping you all as part of helping her. After all, you can't have a happy bride without a handsome groom, right?
So I can't have you dying on me for both my and Mash's sakes. Because my dream is to send off a happy 100 brides. Mash makes, 1. I don't know about the habitat from proper human history, but my dream, started with Mash. If you know any servants who are worried about planning their wedding, you'd be doing them a favor by introducing me to them. I can tailor any dress, no matter how impossible it seems. Hey, Miss Goomba, welcome back. Man, woman, monster, human, monster, whatever they are, if they dream of being a bride, I'll be there to help. There she is. Hey, you, the really energetic fairy. Huh? Are you talking to me? Do you not know my name's Gareth? Gareth, huh? What a great name. It's nice and short, but it's also really courageous sounding. Thanks, but it's actually just the name I'm going by. Nobody actually gave it to me. Anyway, you're probably here to see Artoria, right? It must have been too hard for a kid to break through the throng of soldiers that was surrounding her in the town square earlier, huh? Wait here. I'll go get it. Nah, we don't want to see her. The child of prophecy's already got Percival and the grown-ups. We just want to talk to you. Me? But why would you want to... just come with me, okay? Everyone's waiting for you. Well, don't tug on my sleeve. I'll go with you, okay? She's here. Sam brought the charging lady back with him. Whoa, so many human kids. They must have come here seeking refuge. Huh? This is a castle smithy, right? Yep. We're helping out Granny because there aren't enough grown-ups to go around. Hey, Nan, I brought her. Come on, do the thing. do the thing. Yeah, yes, I know. Would you mind coming here, young lady? The children asked me to make you a set of armor. I tried to tell them no, but they weren't having it. Armor? For me? What? Is this a mithril shield? Not even the Queen's Knights get to use these. What were you thinking? I can't accept something so valuable. You should be giving this to Artoria. Someone as worthless as me doesn't deserve... Worthless? Well, that's not nice. You don't believe what these children saw in you? They were all abandoned by Norwich, but they scraped together everything they had to buy the materials for me to make this for you. They know you're not Percival, or the Child of Prophecy. They were entranced by the sight of your tiny form, fighting valiantly on the battlefield. Well, do you still insist you're worthless? But, I don't even know what kind of fairy I am. I'm just a weird stray. So, what does that matter? Fairies are fairies, right? Who cares how you were born or what your role's supposed to be? You protected Londinium for us. The first time you came here, you stood up for Yuri when she was crying because she tripped and spilled the fruit in her basket. You saved Samaria when she went out to look for food and almost got captured by Woodrow's soldiers. Humans who were changed to be kids, like us, have no way of helping out in battle, and we only have around 6 months left to live. Nobody else has ever protected us. But you didn't care about any of that. You still fought as hard as you could to help us. That's why we wanted to thank you. Go on, Samaria. Here you go, Miss Knight. Thanks for saving us all those times. You've always been charging headlong into danger, right? We've been worried about you this whole time. That's why we asked Nan to make you this armor, so that way you wouldn't get hurt anymore. Me? You want me to wear this so I don't get hurt, even though you guys are covered in bruises? You see, these children don't care at all about what kind of fairy you are. I wasn't of much use anymore in Norwich either, so I ended up here while I was looking for a place to die. But once I had something to do again, it was like I had never left the forge. I used to think our purpose was something we were born with. But the truth is, having people depend on you, or helping those around you, can help you become a new person, the person you need to be. 6 months left to live. Humans are like almost manufactured in a sense. So, yeah. They probably have like set lifespans, maybe. I mean, it's kind of the same with what we do with our industry, like livestock, right? Like for example, like mass-produced chickens or mass-bred chickens. Like, unless you get a chicken that's from like a born and raised and slaughtered in a like one of those free range ranches, right? Like, typically, like, a standard slaughter chicken, meant for, like, just standard, for the chicken industry. Like, they don't really live long either, Like, I've watched videos and read stories about, like, how people have, tried adopting, like, chickens who were meant to be slaughtered, but, like, for whatever reason they weren't. Either because, like, their slaughterhouse shut down, or, the ranch they were on shut down or something like that. So they either need to, like, give the chickens away, just slaughter them all, because, they didn't have anywhere else to go, so. Those things are chunky compared to wild chickens. Yeah, I mean, they were freaking bioengineered to become that way, right? So. There you are, Gareth. Shall we get started with your training? Giga Chad. Today, I want to work on polishing your charge attack and the speed that goes into it. You've got good instincts, so you should be able to tell what your opponent is going to do before... Gareth? Is something wrong? You don't look very happy. Oh no, I'm fine. It's nothing. That's right, it was nothing. What I wanted wasn't to save Britain or anything so grand as that. It really was nothing. The kind of ordinary person anyone could do. I see. So those are tears of happiness, huh? I'm glad you found people you care about and who care about you. Shall we give training a pass then, since it's such an important day? No way. I'm gonna train twice as hard now. I still got a lot of fighting left to do. I'm a knight of Londinium, after all. A knight of Londinium, huh? What a thing to say. You never fail to surprise me. Huh? Don't laugh at me just because you're stronger than I am. It's rude. I'm serious about this. Oh, right. I'm sorry. I guess you wouldn't know about this. Huh? See, the Knight of Londinium was actually a specific person back in the Fae era. He was a human king known as the Last Knight who fought the fairy clans and won. And he was Ash the Savior's lover. Ho ho, Mr. Uther. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I had no idea. I guess I was the one being rude. Hey, there's nothing wrong with the Knight of Londinium. It's a lot better than Round Table Army, at least. And for what it's worth, I think it suits you better too. After all, you really are trying to protect Londinium. Giga Chad. I didn't say anything back then, cause I could tell it wasn't a good time. But you never did tell Artoria and Tuhu what happened when you fought Lancelot in the Welsh woods, did you? Back then, Ash has a human lover. Yeah, Complex. Maybe you weren't here, but in the last fragment chapter we read, they mentioned that King Uther was obviously infatuated with Ash. So yeah, we already knew that. I can read her next move, but I'm too slow to guard against it. She's just too fast for human eyes to follow. Huh. I'm surprised your arm's still attached. You've grown, if only a little. It doesn't matter, though. You can never hope to catch up to me. My physical capabilities, my magical energy levels, my time, I surpass you in every way. So come on, just give up already. I guess that's too much to ask, though. You can never listen, even when you were a child. There's no point in me saying this, but I'll say it anyway. Don't use that spear, Percival. It's too much for a human to handle. This is just a hunch, but do you happen to know Lancelot from somewhere, Percival? Yes. Lancelot and I were actually students at the same place. We trained together for a few years, but that's all. Giga Chad. I'm sorry for making you worry over nothing. Now I'm just Percival, commander of the Round Table Army. Lancelot and I are enemies now. We have nothing to say to each other and no intention of holding back. Percival is sus. Everyone is sus, dude. Don't worry. The next time we fight, I'll beat her. Giga Chad. Especially since I'm sure you and all the others will be there to help me too. Surely, Clueless, the battle against Lancelot won't be that bad, right? Surely. We all heard about what you did in Norwich. Not even Morgan could defeat a Moors the size of a castle. Thank you, but I can't take all the credit for that. I could never have done it without the foreign mage, the knight of Sheffield, and everyone else who helped us. That last battle we fought was incredible. My body felt light as a feather, but my sword hit harder than ever. With magecraft like yours, Lady Artoria, we have nothing to fear from a coward like Ludwos. Thank you, but I'm afraid my magecraft doesn't last very long, so please don't get too far from us. And if you ever start to feel tired, please retreat immediately. Could you tell us what happened in Gloucester, Child of Prophecy? Is it true that you gave Tristan both a verbal beatdown and a physical one? She's killed countless fairies for no reason, and nobody's been able to stand up to her since she's the queen's openly since she's the queen's daughter. Every fairy in Britain has been waiting for her to finally guess what's coming to her. Now that you've beaten Barghest, I hope you can defeat that horrible Tamlin next. Yes, if I get the chance, I certainly will. Besides, I'll need to face all the Tamlins sooner or later. So when the time comes to fight Queen Morgan's daughter, I'll make sure she faces justice for everything she's done. Oh, that sounds amazing. I can't wait. You really are the undefeated king, the savior of the battlefield. 3 cheers for the Child of Prophecy. 3 cheers for Lady Artoria. The fact that they're all so nice makes this twice as tiring as usual. I haven't had to do this stuff since Tentacle. I've forgotten how hard it is. I hope I did okay. I hope they didn't realize I actually have no idea what I'm doing. Don't worry, none of them had a clue. That was some great acting. I should have known the Child of Prophecy would know how to work a crowd. Is that how you handled him back in your hometown too? I wouldn't say that. Yikes, you must have had it worse than I thought. Usually you'd be biting my head off for that remark. What's going on? Something got you so down you can't even snap at me? Huh? Now you're being all considerate, Muramasa? Feels even worse than you're teasing. That's so. Then don't let me interrupt your pity party. Clearly no reason to worry about you. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. I was just kidding, honestly. I know you really are concerned about me. And sorry for making you worry, but I really do appreciate it. Nah, what I'm really worried about is the battle tomorrow. How are we supposed to win even if our leader's staring at our feet all glum instead of watching the enemy? Oh, I see. Well, that's too bad. But really, you don't have to worry about me. I'm just a little tired from all the fighting we've been doing lately. Plus, all these round table army people are just a lot more excited about this than I am. I mean, they all have their own important reasons for being here, I'm sure. Some even want to fight for fairy and human freedom. Some want revenge on the queen. Some want a better tomorrow. Those are all great reasons, but they're so serious. It's hard for me to keep up. I mean, I'm only here because I'm the Child of Prophecy. Sure, I like to fight and I'm good at it, but it's embarrassing to be put on so high a pedestal. Huh. You're good at it? Huh, nonsense. There's no way anyone who actually likes fighting would have wanted something like that. Even two who won the Holy Grail was a damn sight better than that. Huh? You saw what it was that I wanted, Muramasa? Of all things you could have desired, that was all you wanted? So what if you're the Child of Prophecy? If you want to act how everyone thinks, how you think everyone expects, fine. But if nobody else is gonna say this, I will. Artoria, you're not cut out for fighting. But if I quit, I would be letting everyone down, right? So it's okay. I'll be fine. Surely. I know I'm in over my head, and I still have no confidence in my ability to actually pull this off. But I'm sure I can at least figure out how to ring the bells of pilgrimage. So I'm going to keep doing my best to be a good Child of Prophecy. Muramasa is like, okay, alright, dude. Okay, that takes care of my report to the border. What are you doing up this late, too? Everyone besides the lookouts is sleeping now. I was just about to turn in too. Well, if you're having trouble sleeping, do you want to talk about whatever's on your mind? Oh, that. Okay, I guess this was bound to come up eventually. When Peperoncino said that humans born here can only lie here, I think what he really meant to say was humans who were made in Fairy Britain can't survive outside it. You've seen a lot of different sides to the land of the Fae by now. Well, one of them is those prisons they call human ranches. You do know what's really going on at those places, right? Right. The large facility Artoria told us not to look at was a giant human manufacturing plant. At first, I thought they were being made just like homunculi. But then I've realized, as been studying the humans here, that isn't the case. Ram Ranch. Every human here is a clone made from rearranging the DNA of one human. Even though they started out with only one human for the base material, they were able to come up with hundreds of millions of variations over repeated rearrangements and duplications. Enough variations to rival the sheer variety of people found in proper human history. The difference is that humans made here can't reproduce and their lifespans are predetermined. I don't think the lifespan part was intentional. There's probably only so much their cells can take. When I first got to Salisbury, I remember finding it odd that there weren't any elderly humans around. There were plenty of elderly fairies, sure, but no elderly humans. Well, true. The real proof rests in the era that original human was born. The era of the High Queen, Morgan's reign, began after the Tree of Emptiness died. When she took over Britain, it became a lost world instead of a lost belt. A whole nother chronicle theoretical phenomenon, basically. What if the base human they use to make all the other humans was Uther? Wasn't he human? Or isn't Uther a human? That means anything born in this era could survive in proper human history too. Oh, that's Illyra's stream popping up. Mute that. But Fae-era Britain was a lost belt supported by a Tree of Emptiness and subject to the pruning theoretical phenomenon. Anything born in a lost belt can't survive outside it. Of course, if a being is able to cross that boundary into a higher level phenomenon, like being inscribed in the Throne of Heroes, that would let them survive in proper human history as well. But obviously that's not the kind of thing just anyone can do. This is just speculation on my part, but I guess this Britain didn't originally have humans. Now that they've been essentially created here, fairies and humans have switched roles. Here, fairies are real, and humans are the fantastical, made-up creatures. Or maybe Uther was a clone too. Dun dun dun. Maybe they created everything from MASH? They took MASH's DNA? This is a whole new doujin waiting to be written. That's why humans from Fairy Britain can't survive in reality-based proper human history. Whatever feelings you have about how humans are treated here are yours. You can want to change things or you can want to give up, but you shouldn't impress your own morality upon them. Even if their lives seem like a fleeting illusion to outsiders, they're still very real to them. As for their age limits, well, every life form's time has to come to an end someday. Eddie, I feel like that's kind of spoilers, so yeah. So yeah, sorry about that. I'm going to purge that, but yeah, I feel like that was a little bit spoilery. Please avoid saying anything that might sound anything remotely like spoilers in the future. Nothing against you. You're not banned or anything. I just purged that one message. Of yours. So sorry about that, but yeah, I don't really appreciate that. So. As for the age limits, well, every life form's time has to come to an end someday. It's kind of sad that these people won't get more time, sure, but that's all it is. Sad. It's nothing you need to grieve over. The important thing is that in everyone's life, is where they're trying to go and how far they manage to get. And I don't mean literal physical distance. I mean a big picture reason to exist. The kind of ultimate destination point that says this is the kind of species we were. Hey now, why do you look like you're about to cry? Didn't I just say it's nothing to grieve over? Anyway, I'm more worried about the opposite situation myself. Humans from Fairy Britain might not be able to leave, but fairies could if they wanted to. Just like how Morgan said she was going to expand her territory, there could be fairies here who would want to come over into proper human history. And if one of them should be evil enough to be considered an evil of humanity, right here, take another look at this mural. Remember what it was called? The Abyssal Worm. In general, legends like these that have been passed down in Fairy Britain are prophecies made by the Mirror Clan. So there's a very good chance this mural is based on one of those very prophecies. One where the 6 clans gather around to worship an enormous beast in a land with no gods. I didn't say anything when we first found this mural because there were so many other people around. But look at these markings underneath it. The fairies here probably don't know what it says because it's not written in fairy language. But these are probably hieroglyphs, which predate even the Hebrew writing system. I'm guessing they were either written here about 14,000 years ago during one of the proper human history's ancient civilization eras, or somebody used them deliberately and more recently to pass on a message that would only be understood in the future and only by humans at that. Of course, they form a single word. Sarunos, or Cernunos. It's the name of an ancient Celtic god, and Celtic god, and proof that gods did once exist in the land of the Fae. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Celtic doesn't have any soft C's; they have hard C's. So yeah, pronounced with hard K's, or like hard K's. So yeah, Cernunos, not Cernunos. Okay, chat. I'm gonna have to wrap it up here. It's 6 o'clock now, so I'm probably expect a call or like an email from my family sometime soon now. So, yeah, I blame this Boston Celtics for this confusion. Yeah, it should be pronounced Celtics. But yeah, thanks so much for everybody stopping by tonight's audiobook stream. I will come back tomorrow's stream again. We'll probably just do like I'll probably just do the normal Star Rail, Genshin. If I have time, I'll also do some more audiobook simulator for the rest of Camelot as well. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, chat. We will pick this up later this week. But yeah, hope you guys have a good rest of your week, and we'll see you guys next time. I will send you guys over to Pocket Shock's stream because she's streaming right now. She's streaming a little bit of Nikke, so go hang out with her. But yeah, take care, guys, and we will see you guys hopefully tomorrow. So, peace. Oh, Shadow Cage 6, before I initiate the raid. Shadow Cage 6, thanks so much for the 8-month resub. Welcome back. See you later, Mr. Yep. Take care. And yeah, go tell Pocket Shock that I said hi.